hello, treasured rats of our hearts, guys. Today we have a phenomenal guest for you. It's Vid's Makan.
Hello.
Say hello, Vids. We chat everything from her musical, The Lucky Country. We chat about her playing roles in Six and Hamilton, all of the above. We do some really fun improv with her. It is an incredible episode. Stick around.
Bang. Hello.
Bang. Hello,
Hi.
everybody. We have an episode of Rat Bag today that we are so thrilled about. I feel like I'm physically jittering.
I know. I feel like whiz fizz right now.
We have a literal star before us in our midst. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to Vidya Makan.
Thank you. And the crowd goes wild. I'm sitting in A reserve front row for this entire pod.
Great.
It's me.
Usually those people get spat on by me.
Oh my God, we are so happy to have you on
Thank
the
you.
pod.
I've always wanted to be like on a pod where I could be like, like creatine, I've tried it and I find rest days, it's not that great.
Give us some hot takes about your bitch wife.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? She's such a bitch.
Oh my God. We will do a dude bro segment within this pod, I promise you. Mel, the other day we were recording, she was like literally hound dog Elvis Presley over like this. And I'm like, these mics have gotten out of control.
There's something about the stands that brings something out in me. I cannot explain.
I know.
It makes me too confident.
Literally.
How are you today, my love?
Yeah, I'm great.
You good?
I feel very privileged to get to be here.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah.
It's this privilege is simply ours.
Because I feel like this is like the cool potty.
Whoa.
Not like other potties also. Wait, potty? Is that what
You can't say potty.
You saying cool
Babe.
and potty in the same sentence? I love an
Babe,
oxymoron.
I say cool beans, but then I wear a ballet bun with a bow on it and think that I'm Gen Z. You can do whatever you want.
Great. Well, look, I'm thrilled to be here.
Oh,
We are thrilled to have you. Now, if you don't know Vidya's work, Vidya's canon, Vidya is an unbelievable music theatre performer, actor, but also writer.
Yes.
You may know her from her work in literally Hamilton. What do you mean?
I'm not really sure what that musical is. Was that like an off-Broadway one?
It's a niche one. You played Eliza Hamilton
I did,
in Hamilton.
yeah.
You've played Catherine Parr in Six. You've played my dream role, which is Dot in Sunday in the Park with George.
Oh my God, true. I didn't know you played Dot.
Yes.
Kill. I was about to say die and kill. Both of those things to see you do that.
Thank
And
you.
you were just
That
saying
means so
before off
much.
mic, you'd die for Mel to play Glinda. We were
yes.
just talking about that
I feel
very...
like I'd die for you just to see you ever.
Oh my God.
But Vids is also a writer, and
am.
you have this musical called The Lucky Country,
Yes.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, is about to have 2 seasons.
Yeah.
upcoming.
We are about to
Yeah,
do
where are you going?
our debut Melbourne season
So
with Melbourne
exciting.
Fringe.
Yeah.
And
Fantastic.
then get up to Brisbane.
Yep.
Yeah. To for Melt Festival, which is
Great.
like
So exciting.
insane. And I'm so glad that the show has
So
come to life.
tell us literally every single thing about The Lucky Country. Tell
Okay.
us where did this idea come from? How did it come about for you? What does it mean for you? Literally, you have the podium. Tell
Yeah.
everyone
Oh my gosh.
all
Okay.
about it.
The show, it's so many things. In honesty, it was born in 2018 where I am a musical theatre obsessed girl.
Yeah.
I love musical theatre. Sing it, dance it, I am
Live it.
living it.
Yeah.
And when I graduated, I was obsessed at this thing. And
Where did you graduate from?
From the Con.
PS? Okay,
from the Con in
fantastic.
Brisbane.
So you were studying
Queensland
You were
girl.
studying composition or music theatre?
Music theatre.
Fantastic.
Fun fact, I actually got into composition after high school.
Of course
my
you did.
God.
But then I also got into this acting degree and I was like, composition or my ego?
You're
Yeah, that's
literally
so
my
real.
ego.
That's so funny. You're like Troy Bolton with the basketball or the piano. Be like, I want to play keys, but I want to tap. That's so good.
Yeah. So I chose to tap.
You chose to
I
tap
chose to
hard.
tap.
You chose to time step your way.
Time step my
through
way
life.
through. Yes, and as I was time stepping, I was desperate to want to get into this industry.
Yeah.
But then just found that I didn't have a place in it.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I'm a strong singer, a strong actor. I look the way I look, but
Yeah.
I wasn't the strongest dancer back then.
Yeah.
And also I've got Indian heritage, so
Yeah.
where does that fit in the musical theatre canon?
Yeah, of course.
And so after a good 3 years of trying to hack it in this industry, it was born out of something that was kind of selfish in where do I belong? Okay, if I don't belong, I will write
I'm going to make
a
space myself.
Your own stuff.
Yeah. And so that's where it was kind of born out of. And one of the first songs I wrote was a song called Hugh Jackman, which like is a lot of fun. And
An unbelievable
I've seen
song.
it.
Silly.
I can't remember the first time I saw it. I think it was at like a homegrown.
I've
or
seen it
something.
at a
Most people
homegrown
say that.
too.
Yes, and I remember I had hearts in my eyes because that was the first time I've ever seen you perform. And then when I found out you wrote it as well, I was just like seeing someone that was doing something similar to what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like it's very obvious that you're like very much an inspiration to both Mel and I and what we do. So having you here today is like, anyway,
Okay, that is
back to waxing lyrical about your show.
stupid. I'm going to cry.
No,
anyway,
go on.
So yes, like that was kind of where it was born out of. And then I was thinking about Australian identity and what is that? Because I never get to see someone like myself represented in like the Australian story where I consider myself kind of ochre. Like, I'm a Queensland girl. I was born in Brisbane. Like,
you're a Queenslander.
I'm a Queenslander.
There you go.
People often say, "Oh, that makes sense," and I go, "Why?"
What does that mean?
Where in Queensland are you from?
Brisbane.
Oh my God, fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful.
Why?
I just wanted to harp on that for 2 seconds. Great. That's just fantastic. Good to know more about you, Vince.
Great. Yeah, Queensland girl, born in Brizzy.
Yep.
And then, I was thinking about like, Australian identity. Who are we? And another real spark for the show was I was at like this new Aussie musical, and I was watching my friends on stage, a lot of like POCs on stage, and I was like really excited because I was like, oh my God, like new Australian theatre. And what I watched in that show was my friends being like the butt of every joke. And what really annoyed me about it was disappointing and heartbreaking for me. But at interval, I turned to the person next to me and I said, this is kind of messed up.
Yeah.
And that person said to me, well, that's Aussie humour.
Was that person white, I'm assuming?
Yes.
You said,
Yes.
Yep.
And what was like fascinating to me is like, okay, like I don't vibe with that, but also like I think we're better than that.
Yeah.
And I think that we can actually like hold ourselves to a higher standard than that.
Yeah.
Not to be woke, not to try and be like, but literally just because I think that we're better. And it's
just to
funnier.
be cleverer, right?
Yes, right? Like mediocrity.
Yeah.
Mediocrity really pisses me off.
Yes.
I feel like it's like that classic thing of punching down when you're a writer is like it's the quickest and the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
And that it like apart from it being racist and like damaging and all of these
and
like
getting
little
cheap
things.
laughs.
just these tiny things. It's like above that, it's like it's just bad writing.
Yeah, it's
as well.
lazy.
Like it's laziness.
Yeah, it's laziness.
Yeah.
Is kind of what really frustrated me.
Yeah.
So like
Yep.
I came home, I sobbed, and I went, you know what? No, like I want to write a show about Australian identity. So that's where it was kind of born out of this feeling of. It was actually originally called My Home Too.
Yeah.
Of this feeling of
I
belonging.
love that title as well.
Yeah.
Love that.
What was interesting though was like exploring that concept in the very first version. I then took that to my collaborator, mate, incredible artistic human, Sonia Suarez.
Yep.
And she was like, I think that you are writing about something that's much bigger than you realize. And we then cracked open the entire show and it became The Lucky Country because now what it is like an examination of who we are. And it's now this like patchwork of things, and some of those things work really nicely together.
Yeah.
Some of them like really clash up against each other,
Yeah.
but these are all truths.
Yeah.
And how do we talk about the really complex things?
Yeah.
And a huge part of like the making of what is now The Lucky Country has been collaboration, where you can't talk about who we are as a nation without addressing First Nations Australia.
Yep.
Totally.
I wanted to try with this show, how do you not have to get mob to do all the heavy lifting all the time,
Yep.
but also honour the truth of the wound that sits at the heart of our nation?
Yeah.
Like, how
Yep.
do you do that?
Yeah.
It's really tricky.
Yeah.
And so our way of like talking about that was like collaborating.
Yeah.
with a
I was going to say,
whole
did you must have collaborated with a
team.
massive
and
amount of people.
do you know what? Listening to, because there are a lot of so many conversations that I'm a POC. My whole thing is about like minority, whether I'm performing or writing, it's all about uplifting minority voices.
Yeah.
Even in that seat, like I really had to sit back and go, okay, check your ego, like just sit. And there were things that were really hard to hear.
Yeah.
Things that like I really had to sit back and just listen.
Yeah.
And that sits at the heart, I think, of the show. And I'm so
Amazing.
proud of where we've arrived at.
Yep.
Where it's a space that I do believe, literally, and I mean this, no matter who you are, where you sit on the political spectrum,
Yeah.
Yep.
what your identity is, I believe that there is a place for you in our show.
That's great that it's accessible like that as well. That's so fantastic by you.
And we wanted to write something that was really accessible.
Yeah.
Because as much as we deal with these really like full-on big themes, it's also like a real silly time.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it's very funny as well. Like with you behind it, like
it's like you come in and you have a great time. It's not like sitting in. I mean, I love Sondheim. But you can come if you love music and a good time. It's an hour at the theater, like listening to people, watching like. Minority voices get to tell the jokes too. That was a big thing for me. Like,
that's
I want to be able to tell
massive.
the jokes, not be the butt of the jokes. And I think we have a lot of fun in that.
I feel like there's something so empowering when minority groups don't have to just do serious stories. Or like trauma stories.
Yes.
Or like stories that make you, like that make you go, oh, like poor them. It's like, no, because minorities are people just like anyone else. And they have their own, each minority group has its own sense of humor. And it's also like universal sense of humor. Like there are things that like are so beyond like sob stories.
100%.
The amount of times with our writing as well, when coming up with our musical, we're like, we want the crux of our musical to be about queer joy and femme queer joy, and not just two lesbians that can't get each other and then end up with depression. Like that can't be the
and
show.
Then die.
And then die.
I was going to ask, like, obviously it's such a huge undertaking, having an idea for a show, it being so personal and it going through all these development processes. I know you spoke about having to sit back and listen. What were some other interesting parts about developing a musical and a story that is so personal? I know you're talking about having to sit and really listen in the room and put your ego aside. Were there other parts of developing the musical that you found really interesting because it has such a personal undercurrent?
Yeah. I think like the creative process is always one that it's a tricky balance where part of you is like, but this is a great idea. And then part of you has to be like, but maybe I'm not the best person to decide what's the best idea for this moment. And I think it's about finding those, finding how that works within a collaboration. Musical theatre for me, it's like famously a collaborative art
it's
form.
Beautiful in that way.
But I think we like forget, like even, when you talk about something like Hamilton, it's often credited to like Lin-Manuel, who was a genius, which is true. The man is a genius and what his work on that like can't be ignored. But at the same time, Hamilton exists because Lin would like come up with the compositions and then he'd send them to Alec Lacamoire.
Totally.
Who would then finesse and they would collaborate.
Who was inspired by ABCD, who was sending it to EGF.
And even I think what makes Hamilton so like remarkable is not just the fact that the score is genius. It's the lighting, it's the costume design.
Oh my gosh. It's such an overall world and picture.
Every single element, and like that is what our industry is made of. And so like in any creation of a work, like that it has to sit. I think there's something like really meta about it too. Like often musical theatre can sit in this really conservative, I wouldn't even say conservative, I would say in this really safe place, which is like protective of like one thing, when that is actually I'm absolutely not answering your question, but it's
no, you are. You literally are.
Go wherever you want.
It is the opposite of what musical theatre is about, which one tells the story of the underdog. Like the actual structure of musical theatre, like legit musical theatre. I'm talking Rodgers and Hammerstein.
The old stuff.
The old is that you have an opening scene which sets up a world, and then
I Want Song,
which is the underdog, a misfit who doesn't fit in with that world.
Is like, wanting something that they don't have.
That is the story of like the person who doesn't fit in. And so I just think it's really weird. To answer your question, what were the moments of like the one very explicit moment was in our first production at the Hayes. I'd written this 10-minute finale, which was very Hamilton-esque of like, this is blah, 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 like this is who we can be, and got into the room and it didn't work. Like 10 minutes of some of my favorite writing I've ever done, and it didn't work because the conversation we were having isn't a hit over the head thing. It's actually how do we move through this gently and beautifully and generously? And I've never seen that done in musical theatre before. And that's something I learnt from the First Nations collaborators that we worked with.
It's so fantastic.
And that was like, we have to do this our way.
Yeah.
And so I had to really sit and listen to that because it's not for me to dictate how we do that.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to cut a darling sometimes.
It's so hard.
When you've like put your...
And sometimes sorry, darling.
No, I was going to say when you've put your whole pussy into something and you're like, I'm convinced that this is actually the core of the show. And to have someone say to you, I know that it's like that for you up here, but it actually just doesn't read that way. And I feel like it's such an interesting constant back and forth as a writer to go, well, this is what I feel, but it's like at the end of the day, the audience members who are paying to come and see the thing, what is the effect you're having on them?
But more than that, also like culturally with this one, like it being the finale of the show, So. Yes, absolutely. And like
it's about a bigger thing that you have to
honor. A bigger thing, and it kind of speaks as well to when I first wanted to do the show, it was like my home too, where I belong. Yeah. Whereas what the show has turned into is something that's much more generous and broad and like juicy than that. And so now our finale called Rise, which is on the cast recording, like that was written. Plug. It was written by a team, you know, I was never going to be able to write that on my own. And that's kind of the point of what we've made. And I'm just like so thrilled.
I'm so excited to see the show, and I will be there at the MTC season for Melbourne Fringe. Can't wait. And we'll pop the ticket link as well below so people can go buy tickets because it's going to be amazing. Book those tickets. I think it's so powerful to have a show about Australian identity and what that like really is at its core at a time when that definition of like what being Australian, I feel like this year in particular has just been like, what's the word for it? Like has just, like twisted and molded,
poisoned,
like clay, like to be turned into something else.
It feels so urgent. What is crazy about
urgent's
this whole...
the perfect word for it. That's exactly
what's so
what
crazy about it. When we had our first season in 2023, that was the referendum year. And so it kind of felt like this is the time.
Yeah.
And then the referendum happened and it kind of felt like, oh, maybe we've, not that that's a like reason for marketing at all, but like we've missed the boat with like this show being relevant. And I kind of wish like one day I would love to be like, we should never put on The Lucky Country. Like we should never have to really listen to this. It should be so irrelevant. But I think unfortunately, it is getting more and more urgent because at the heart of what this show is about how to have discussion. Like that's actually what the heart of this show is. It's like, how do we lean into complex and tricky conversations in a way that is nuanced, where there isn't necessarily good and bad. There is point of view and compassion and empathy. And how do we have that in like a dialogue where we can have fun with it too. And we can sit back and like allow, like, you know what? The generosity of mob that I've like of First Nations Australia, I like it blows my mind. And I just feel so lucky.
With how do you navigate? Because I know I speak to some creatives and comedians and performers that are really pro reviews and getting critics in and giving their opinion. And then there are other people that are like, I don't actually need that. Where do you sit with this? Do you have reviewers come and review the show? Because you're like, yes, it's a music theatre show that I'd like to actually have its opening night and have the reviewers come in and give me their critical thought. Or because it is, you know, it's also a personal story. Have you ever had the moment where you're like, I actually don't want this reviewed? And I don't want people coming in and reviewing it.
I have never thought about that.
Yeah, because I know some comedians, especially with like either a personal show or something, where they're like, it's actually not about The Guardian giving it 4, or it's not about Stage Whispers commenting on the staging and the direction. Have you ever gone, I don't want this reviewed, or are you like, bring him in?
I think I'm like, bring him in. Yeah. Like we were really well, like critics really loved it in Sydney.
Fantastic.
We got a lot of like amazing reviews, which was like, I think, really cool as well for a show like ours, where like it doesn't look like a commercial thing, and yet it really read so well. So I think that was really affirming. I think it can also be really interesting, like bring the reviews in, and if you don't get it, I'm interested to see why.
Totally.
Like if you come in and you don't like the show, 100%. I want to know why. Is it because you felt uncomfortable? Is it because you just literally didn't like my singing? Like I actually find reviews really fascinating.
Same. It's such a fascinating world.
Oh, we're so pro the critical like space when it comes to theatre, because I think it's exactly what you're saying. Like if someone doesn't get it, it's so interesting to go in and be like, oh my gosh, I wonder why. And like, is it because they're racist, or is it because
you said it, not me?
Yeah, you know, like is it because they just didn't like seeing that, or is it because there is something in the show that we can you know, like alter or change, or like make it clearer, or
totally.
Yeah. Vids, I was wondering what it has been like for you. How do you find the experience of being an actor and being, you know, like in front of things like the casting desk, the creative desk, all of those things, versus being behind it and making all of the, I guess, like decisions and wearing a million hats? Is there one that you like more, or do you love both, or what is it that you love about kind of each one? Because there's such different worlds.
There's such different worlds, but I've learnt that they're the same thing.
Yeah.
In a way. Like one helps the other in a way that I can't explain. Like getting to be a creator as an actor is the biggest gift, because I feel like a detective when I go and I learn music. I'm like, okay, what were they trying to do? And it's like I find it really helpful. Same like as a composer, I sit in like the performers, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
To me, they feed each other so much.
I feel like it's so useful as well when you're an actor and you've had the experience of creating something, when you realise that what a minuscule piece in a puzzle you are.
Yes.
It's actually quite freeing. Because when you're just an actor, it's easy to think like, I'm the main show, this is me. It's like, oh, there's so much more going on.
People always say, like, as an actor, you should be on the other side of an audition panel. And you're like, yeah, I get it. And they also always say it's not personal. Like, yeah, I know it's not personal, but like it still sucks, you know? But when you actually are on the side of like, I see of it like it's like a big clock, and there are all these cogs, and like you need every single cog in there in order for it to work. But some of the cogs are teeny tiny, you know, and when you see the whole, it just makes you go, oh, this is so much bigger than me.
And I feel like when you're behind the casting like desk, it really sometimes is as simple as, I feel like I say this to like my girlfriend when we're taping things all the time. It's like, I think they'll decide in the first 3 seconds, because I've had that experience of like watching a tape or being like, it's just not what I'm looking for, and I can't describe why. It just isn't the one. Yeah, it's very cool. Well, we have 1,000,001 more questions for you.
Yes.
We're going to move on to our hotline segment, where we open up our hotline, and fans of yours absolutely.
Oh, they went
flooded
absolutely
it.
wild.
That anyone would have a question. You know what I mean?
I said to off mic before. We posted the question box, and literally I refreshed my notifications. Within 10 minutes, there was like 20.
Literally.
It was absolutely awesome.
You guys do not mess around with the question box.
That is crazy to me. It's probably my mum in there going like, when are you coming home?
Being like, how is Melbourne? Are you safe?
How's the Tupperware? When are you coming home?
Are you down to enter some questions?
I'm down.
From our hotline. Okay.
What would you have said if you went, no?
Nah.
I just had that thought. I was like, what would I have done? And I was like, I would have improvised. I would have figured something out.
I kind of have a question, and you two seem really cool and hot and smart. Hello?
Okay, the first question that we have for you, Vids, is what are the most exciting parts about debuting a brand new musical? Also, what are the most scary parts for you?
Most exciting parts is that I get to have a voice in the conversation, in the social conversation. I feel like what I have to say, I'm not that great at doing it even in this context, or like on my Instagram. Like, I say it through my art, and I'm really excited to like offer that to Australia. Sounds wanky, but that is truly the most exciting part about it. And I guess the most scary part is like, it's like your baby. Like, you know, it's so personal.
It's so vulnerable.
It's so vulnerable.
Being like, here's the thing that I made.
If people don't like my like performance, I'm like, that's, you know, you might not like my voice. Like, you know what I mean? It's subjective. Sometimes I don't like my voice, you know, fair enough. But when like, it's not so much if they don't like the songs, it's more like, I really hope they get it.
I hope you love the message from my heart.
It's so not cool.
I love that. What would be your number one tip to aspiring music theatre writers in this country? No pressure.
I think finding the right people can be really tricky. Because everybody wants to have a say on everything you do. Like, there's always going to be feedback and commentary, which is really helpful, but can also be very confusing. And I think it's about like figuring out what it is you're wanting to achieve and finding the right people to achieve that. One amazing director who doesn't get your style of comedy is probably not the right person to be getting feedback from because it's going to make you feel like
doesn't matter how many
like
credits they may have.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
not going to be a good match.
But if you are writing, like I just think it's about finding the right team is what I would say.
Love that advice. We often talk about this with our work. We find that over the years we've gotten more and more comfortable with sharing drafts and sharing things in like the early stages.
So cagey
because
we wouldn't show anything.
Yeah,
we haven't opened it yet. It's like maybe show it before your opening night. I reckon.
We used to be so cagey with like what we were working on, and when people would ask us, we'd be like, "Oh yeah, we've got some things." And now we're so pro like sharing an early draft of a song with a friend and being like, "How does this hit you?"
How scary is that though?
The scariest thing in the world.
There's nothing more nerve-wracking than that.
It's
and
so
being like,
nerve-wracking.
just opening the backing track. Hold on, it's not loading.
Yeah. Do you do the thing of
sorry,
like,
just got to change the
but
volume?
just like it's not mixed, and I've got
the preamble that happens.
And like it will be this, but
just
probably like a bit more punched up. But just imagine, like it's just the vibe.
It's like when you go to a performance, like I haven't warmed up properly, like where I've got my period. Just sing, babe.
And I'm actually a little bit sick as well. Anyway. I love that. Someone said, please ask Vids, what is her instant music theatre skip song if it came on the radio? And I love that question.
Hold me, touch me.
Whoa, okay.
That's an original Vids. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, no, I loved it. The first one that came to mind is Something Bad from Wicked.
Oh, because of course.
Yeah.
It's a classic skip.
But it's also a great song.
Yeah.
Dramatically.
Where do you stand on... Wait, you said Sentimental Man. No, you said Something Bad. Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
where do you stand on Something Bad v I'm a Sentimental Man?
Oh, I'd go Something Bad over I'm a Sentimental Man.
Did you know that I was the first TikTok to the Sentimental Man Wicked movie version because it became like a joke online. I'm like, I am the only trending sound of a video using Sentimental Man, and people are still commenting going, you're still the only one, because I'm like, the album dropped and I'm like, I'm the first person to go to Sentimental Man. All you bitches are going to fucking No Good Deed and all these ones. I'm like, but I'm here with Sentimental Man. Fucking brilliant.
So good.
I'm going to go and make a TikTok to Sentimental Mind. Maybe number
Sentimental
two.
Mind.
Sentimental Mind.
Sentimental Mime.
The Temu version of Sentimental Man.
That's the hit it took.
Absolutely.
I love this question. Who were some of your biggest inspirations in the industry?
I look up to people so much. Like even you guys, I'm like, what the hell?
That's insane to me.
On the couch with Mel and Sam. That's crazy.
That's us to you is like,
literally,
Nino.
I'm such a fangirl in a way.
Ditto.
Like I look at anyone who's done it professionally. Like I remember when I first met Chloe Zool. And doing Six with her and like just trying to be like, we're both queens, but I'm shitting myself now.
Who's Chloe Zool for the people that might not know?
Chloe actually originated Eliza here in Australia, like goddess of a human. But I got to do Six with her. So she played Aragon.
Yeah.
She's also like had this insane career with West Side Story, playing Anita. Like
she's prolific AF.
Like name a musical, she's done it.
Been
so
in
she's
it.
not like I've looked at, but I mean like God, Alinta Chitsi, I've looked at Patrice Tipoki. Like
I love Patrice.
Just I don't know, like name a musical theatre person, and I'm like I've probably fangirled over them.
Put them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
good.
What would you be doing if not music theatre? Do you think?
Well, I always say when I like want to quit, I'm like, I'm going to become a physio, giving up. A physio.
Hold on,
physio.
I love that for you.
But as if that's so easy to do. Like, it's like,
You're like, whatever.
I'll be a physio.
I see this so clearly for you. It's you being like, I'll be a physio, but then you're at like the Voice physio gym being like, all right, we're going to do some vocal releases. Then you're like, let's have a sing together. You're like, this is no longer physio. And I feel like you're trying to do a duet. You're like, just sing the other part, Cassandra, just sing
My
it.
friend is a doctor in Brisbane.
Yeah.
She was telling me about this singing surgeon who go in the operating room and he brings a karaoke machine and he sings while they're performing surgery on people.
It's great to have your future laid out for you.
Yeah, like maybe that would be me in the physio.
Beautiful.
To sing under a strobe.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that. I literally can picture you as a physio.
Really?
I can't describe
Is
it.
it because you could picture me in the like collar, that little
Yes.
the shirt,
And do you know what else I picture you with? A little name badge.
name badge and hair like
And hair and a smart pony.
yeah.
And it would start with this, all right, mate, just up on the bed.
Yeah.
That would be the first sentence.
All right, mate, up in bed. Yeah.
Speaking of hair, this little diva says, I have always loved Vidya's yellow hair ends. What was the inspiration and what colours are going to be next?
Okay. I always wanted to dye my hair, always.
Yeah.
But like being in the industry, I was like, I'm an actor. Like, you know, I have to be very malleable.
Yeah.
So I finished the first season of 6 and I had I think 4 months between 6 and Lucky Country, and I knew I wasn't auditioning for anything. And I was like, fuck it. I'm going to dye my hair. What is so interesting is every gig I've had since, either they kept it on stage or if I was wearing a wig, they were like, we love it for press.
Oh my God.
We love it.
Love that.
And
That's because music theatre's moving into the world of they're like, have a mullet in your head shot.
Literally.
Have a buzz cut. Put those glasses
I played
on.
Eliza Hamilton, and this is my headshot. It's me doing this. With like yellow in my hair.
I've seen the website. It's brilliant.
I am really obsessed with it though. Like, hopefully it's the tiniest sign that things, even if it's performative.
What I'm waiting for though, I would still want to book a legit role, like, because I love singing. Like, I love a high C.
Yeah.
I want to be that girl with a bob and yellow hair.
I can see you will be that girl.
As like the next legit
Eliza
girl.
Doolittle.
Eliza Doolittle, yeah.
I'm obsessed with
All right,
that.
got time for one more question.
One more question. Hell yeah. Oh, I love this question. What's something about her writing process that might surprise us? Love that.
I love reaching out to Instagram to help me.
Oh my God.
Like there's a song that I wrote called Making My Way to Byron Bay and it is in the Lucky Country. It's about a waiter from Broome whose family have had this Chinese restaurant for generations, but all he wants to do is be a nudist in Byron Bay. And so to write that song, I actually reached out to Instagram on like a little question box and I was like, what are all the ways that you can describe being in the nude?
I love that.
And I wrote them into a Microsoft Word document and that has literally made it into the song.
That gives it like that verbatim sprinkle within your show.
Verbatim.
It's
verbatim theatre.
It's verbatim theatre.
I love that.
Like it's not a sprinkle, it's the full fucking Sunday.
It's a can of paint.
That's
so I have to thank the people for that song.
I love that. Well, that's our little Bring Bitch hotline concluded.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone who wrote in. We're going to move on to a very fun segment. Every time we have a guest, we do a specialist segment just for them. And so we've devised this segment just for you. Now, this is a segment that they always have a name. They don't need to have a name, but then we always give them a name. This is a segment that I like to call Mucking About with Miss Makan.
Yep.
Perfect.
Now,
I can die happy.
Here's how it goes. I'm going to give you a lyric from a show, like a lyric that you've performed in a show. And I want you to fill in the gaps with the most like wrong answer that you can give. So it's not the real lyric.
Okay.
It's like whatever pops to your mind, whatever is like flowing from your creative juices.
Okay. All right.
She's a writer. She's going to figure it out. Okay. Are the parameters clear?
I think so, but
great. I'll give you an EG. So, do you know what Angelica said when she saw your first letter arrive? She said,
"Girl, straighten your hair."
Can't wait for the fan parts of exactly that.
Okay.
I also have keep going.
No, what were you going to say?
I was going to say I feel like I've got no recollection of ever singing these lyrics ever.
Yeah, no. It's as I was writing these, I was like, this would be so hard to actually lock into. Oh, we could add that. That's a fun added element. You're going to tell me what song it's from and what show.
Hell yeah. It just got harder.
Do you know what Angelica said when she saw your first letter arrive? She said,
Oh
yeah, and then you have to do the real lyric.
Oh.
The game's evolving.
Wait, am I giving wrong answers for the song?
No, okay, so you've given the... So
okay, I've just remembered that is in fact Burn.
Good
from
job,
Hamilton,
good job.
But
Burn from Hamilton.
And what's the real lyric? She said...
Eliza!
When in doubt, Eliza! Guys,
be careful with that.
Nailed it.
Oh my God.
I'll have you know that I haven't written the right version down, so whatever you guess, I'll be going, hell yeah.
Yeah, we have no way of checking.
Of my life.
That is so funny. Yes. Do you know what Angelica said when she saw your first letter arrive? She said, be careful with that one, love.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, hell yeah. This is fun. I'm having fun.
Okay, great.
I'm just saying, if you really loved me, you would
slay him.
And the correct version?
I'm just saying, if you really love me. Have I sung that?
You've sung that? Oh, wait, unless I've got it wrong it's the wrong sister, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, maybe it's Angelica. Maybe
Oh my God, I thought
fucked
that
it.
was 6.
No. Oh my God.
Girl.
This is really fun. I'm just saying, if you really loved me, you would.
I think even I know it.
I'll say this. You've definitely, you're in the scene.
Can I guess it?
I'm just
Sure.
saying, if you really loved me, I'm like, you would fuck him.
I'm
Hamilton
just
up
saying,
late.
if you really loved me, you would.
Share him! I legitimately thought that was from 6.
That is
my
so
gosh.
funny. Well, speaking of 6. Oh, no, jokes. This one's not from 6. Lies. Can I show you what I'm proudest of?
Eliza!
Eliza is like when you do a multiple choice and it's all of the above, but you just go, Eliza, every time.
I feel like this would be a really funny edit on social media. It's just you answering every question with
Eliza! Oh, my Lord.
Do you know what the real lyric is?
Something about the orphanage.
Yeah. Can I show you what I'm proudest of? The orphanage.
Yeah, great.
I established
That's fine.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. I'd say, Henry, yeah, it's true.
I don't know what to do with you.
Whoa!
Is that the real version?
But the real version is, I'm through. I'll
Never get
over you. I was like, I'll never be over you is verse 1.
This is so funny. I'm obsessed with the mental block of you being quite simply 4 weeks out of the contract.
Experiencing
every lyric.
This is me on stage. Constantly.
So good.
It's casting directors watching this being like, I don't know.
I'm never
about
working
this.
again. I'm never
It's
working
giving,
again.
and I mean this is compliment hard, really cool girl music theatre aesthetic of like the graphic tee, you being the leading lady in Hamilton, you sitting there going, I don't know, it was something, I don't know anymore. Like, it's so good. It's terrific.
It's literally you like in your mansion from Hamilton being like, I don't need to know.
And you know what's so gorgeous and cringe about all this is I can still remember the exact solos I did at age 12 in a choir concert being like, and then I did this. And you're sitting here going, Hamilton, I hardly know
I don't
her.
remember my own lyrics.
It's so beautiful. It's so good.
It's really funny.
This is hilarious.
So good.
Okay, Vids, you ready for the next one?
No.
You're really not.
It's the way that as I was writing this morning as well, I went, fuck, maybe they're going to be too easy.
Then
All right, here we go. A party will be thrown for me for the time
Hugh Jackman. This is my own lyric. For me, for the time I was rescued by Hugh Jackman in a movie.
God, listen to those
even
live
a little
vocals.
sound bite, I'm like, yum. Such a good singer.
The timbre.
The timbre.
Sure as the grave, you must accept.
You can't phone a friend, Vids. It's you.
Sure as the grave. Sure as the grave.
Now, I was proud of myself for this one. I think this is a bit of a niche one.
Sure as the grave, you must accept. This is really turned from me making up the lyrics.
Do you just try and
me
guess
just
what they were from?
Is that from Sunday?
No.
Sure
bow.
as the grave, you must accept.
I think you're going to get it. I'm going to be harsh on you and make you keep going. I'm not going to tell you
Sure
what
as
it is.
the grave. Sure as the grave, you must accept. Sure as the grave. Eliza!
It's from Once on This Island.
Papa Gay, like one of my favorite characters I've ever
There you
played.
go. Yes.
Oh my God.
Tell us briefly about Once on This Island.
That was such a special show. It was just out of lockdown. I got to do a show with Patrice Dupocky.
I'm obsessed.
I played Papa Gay, so God of Death.
God of Death.
Fantastic.
And it was really cool because I had this, I really wanted my character to be inspired by goddess Kali. So we've seen, in Hindu deities, she's the one that's like,
Oh, yeah.
she's
I
like-
actually know exactly what you're talking
Yes.
about. It's so sick.
yeah. No, it was such a cool...
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool that you remember
So cool that I remembered all of the
lyrics.
and the entire show.
That's so funny.
I am the road leading to...
I am the road. Oh, that's also from Papa Gay. I am the road. I don't know what she's leading to.
Leading to... What was it?
I am the road leading to no return. Like something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay,
Nice.
this one will be very obvious, so I want you to do a fill-in
We've
for something
got one more to go,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Yes.
Is that right? Cool.
Would you like 1 minute? Yeah. Well, there are worse things than staring at the water on a Sunday. There are worse things than...
Trying to remember lyrics on the Mel and Dan show.
Hell yeah. All right, literally one more. Well, if you want bread and respect and attention, modelling is...
Quite terrifying.
What's that from?
Sunday in the Park.
Sunday as
George.
well.
That
Music
one.
Bravo.
So funny. If they were pop
Whoa.
songs, you would feel like you know where they're going. But that was literally like, well, if you want bread and walking down the thing,
Yeah.
then the only way to is actually go up the. I'm like, what?
I think
in the riddle
I
is
think
that?
I'm becoming a physio after this show.
Things are looking up,
And then
babe.
people go, weren't you the woman that played Eliza? And you'll go, huh? Like, it's gone.
You go, I don't remember that. That couldn't have been me.
Well, Vids, I hope that you can remember musicals because our
too.
kick-ons is music theatre related.
Oh, God.
Great.
So, kick-ons are the questions that we ask on a rickety deck chair with an e-cigarette, a music theatre cigarette at 3 a.m.
herbal.
when it's time to get a taxi home and you're just exhausted, but you want to have life-changing chats about life. However, I have come up with a question that is music theatre related because, obviously, you. I want you to imagine that you've been brought into a boardroom and there are a bunch of executives sitting in the room. They know nothing about music theatre and they are completely relying on you for this moment. Okay. And they go, all right, we need a new musical to tour to the Regent Theatre for the entire next year, 2026. We want to write a new musical, but you can only use characters that exist from musicals that have been made. So if you were to think of like a dream musical or a musical that comes to mind using any character from any musical, you could use Elphaba from Wicked, you could use Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, it could be a spin-off musical just with two of them, it could be an ensemble one, it could be a one-woman story. What is a musical that comes to mind?
Okay.
And we can riff and chat and...
The first thing
Yep.
that came to mind is Elphaba and Simba on a quest for goodness of some sort. But I think it's their friendship and it goes back in time like Merrily We Roll Along.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that there's like a patter song between them.
I love that. What would the patter song be covering?
It'd be like, I think it'd be like Wrapped.
Whoa.
I think Alexander Hamilton then meets them.
Oh, so okay, so Alexander Hamilton comes in as well.
Comes in, and I think he's the villain of this story.
It's about time Alexander
Yeah.
Hamilton was the villain.
How
Yeah.
so? What does he do that's villainy?
Because he's about the revolution.
Yep.
I guess that Elphaba is also about the revolution, but Simba is of royalty.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like about a moral quandary of like...
Simba is a colonial entity, and I've always said that.
yeah,
Simba is the royal family.
famously. Yeah, maybe it's about like succession.
Whoa.
Who should be in power next?
It's about cycles of power.
Yeah, cycles
Yeah.
of
What
power.
would it be called?
It would be called Endless Night.
Endless night.
Night.
2 act or 1 act and then see you later?
I actually think it's like a 90-minute
Yeah.
90
spiral.
minutes. Not too many lines for Vidya to remember.
I'm not in it.
Vids, you wouldn't be in it. Would you be behind the casting desk?
I'd be the like I'd be like the wizard character. But who would I play? I like Dot. Like she's like the best.
Yeah.
I think she'd like be there for a second.
Yeah.
Dot would be there as well.
Yeah.
A motley crew. Fantastic.
I love that we've gone from you won't be in it to
Yeah.
I will be Dot.
Yeah.
Actually, I will
But
be
she just
Dot.
makes a cameo.
Yeah. Oh,
God,
sure.
She makes a cameo.
And the rest of the time, you're just selling popcorn in the theatre.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Doing some physio massages.
Who would you cast in this musical to tour Regent 2026? Endless Night.
Endless Night.
I actually think Cynthia Erivo would play Simba.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, as a classic thing to swap because
Little
everyone's going to
swap.
think she'd play Elphaba. Yep.
I don't know why this just came into my head, but I think Reuben K would play Elphaba.
I would simply...
Because isn't Reuben K the Elphaba?
I would simply give an arm
our
and a leg to
generation?
see Reuben K play
Reuben
Elphaba.
K. And the press tour that Reuben would do for that
Yeah.
show would just be
Imagine
profound.
a press tour with Reuben K and Cynthia Erivo as the lead.
But then I think that it needs to have like a really... I'd have Christy Willem Brown play Alexander Hamilton.
Whoa.
Because she is, I think, one of the most genius
she's
performers of
terrific.
our.
I love that.
I got to do Bloom with her, and like she's a masterclass.
I can't believe we haven't
In a
even
human.
spoken about Bloom.
Yeah, she would play Alexander Hamilton.
In full like drag king
Yeah, she'd
attire.
be playing him the TikTok version of him.
Oh my God. TikTok version
I was actually going to
so
ask about
good.
this. Yeah, are you a fan of Ashton?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So cool.
If I didn't love the internet before, I really love it now.
Yeah.
So good. That was basically the question. You
Great.
absolutely nailed it.
Bravo.
That's great. It's a short and sweet
We're looking for
kick-ons.
funding.
Endless Night. May it tour to 2026
Yes,
Region
yes.
Theatre. And the region only. It's a region exclusive.
Only.
Fuck everywhere else in Australia. So
Vids,
good.
we're going to end, well, before our famous musical improvisation segment, which you are going to destroy.
Love it.
We're going to do a speed round.
Okay,
God,
So we're
yes.
just going
I'm
to
so
hit
bad at these.
you with speed round questions. There's literally no pressure.
Great, I'm
Whatever
gonna
comes
do it
to
like
your
a gym
head.
bro.
Yeah, do it like this is
Yeah,
the time.
all right.
This is your chance. All right. Sammy always loves to say, imagine a timer ticking on the
Okay.
screen. That's the vibe.
Okay.
Yep.
A character I'm dying to play but haven't yet is.
Simba, for some reason, came into my mind.
Love that.
Perfect. My go-to karaoke song is...
The Celine Dion one about there were nights when the wind.
Oh,
That one.
great answer. Something not a lot of people know about me is I'm actually
Very. I was gonna say shy, but I don't know if that's true.
A musical more people should know about is...
Any new Aussie musical?
Yeah.
love that. I can't leave the house without my.
Aesop deodorant.
Oh, yum. Yum. Love Aesop. My childhood friends would describe me with these 3 words.
Soccer ball. I don't know if you can say tomboy anymore.
You can say tomboy.
But I was, that's what I was.
Hell yeah.
Gorgeous.
My go-to snack is.
I love roll-ups.
I love a
I
roll-up. Lost my
love-
first tooth on a roll-up, and it was a rainbow tooth because of roll-up. It was a bit magic.
Wow.
For me.
Have
Yeah.
you done the roll-up thing where you put it with like ice cream or something and then it
What?
goes all hard? Have you heard about this?
I've never heard of
We'll
this.
chat about this off mic later.
But the roll-ups are not roll-upping anymore. They're now like just smushed fruit. They used to be like packed with sugar. Roll-ups. So yeah, roll-ups have changed.
Wow.
Okay. Your show is called Lucky Country. Would you consider yourself a lucky person?
Yes. I like to say fortunate person because I think
Yep.
it's a mixture of luck
Yep.
and all the other stuff.
Cool.
I would be nothing without.
The people who love me.
No.
My star sign is
Taurus.
Taurus.
If I could only wear one color for the rest of my life, it would be.
Oh, yellow, I think.
Yeah. That works for you. This is a bit of a niche one, but try hardest. If I woke up tomorrow as a style of painting, the style of painting I would be is...
Surrealist.
Australian music theatre needs more.
Original voices and POC voices.
Yep. I will always find comfort in...
The generosity of First Nations Australia.
And I hope my legacy is.
That I was able to give a voice to people that didn't have it before in our industry.
Nice. My final one is,
Gorgeous.
if there's blank, I'm in.
If there's singing, I'm in, but I don't know that that's true either.
Oh, we just adore you. We really
Thank
do.
you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
babe. Are you down to do a musical improv?
Look, let's do it.
Yes. Pop those headphones on, baby gal.
You had
right.
told 20-year-old Sammy Bobammy that she'd be improvising on her pod with the Eliza Hamilton.
That's
I actually
hilarious.
would have died.
Literally.
You know
I
what I mean?
probably would have as well, though.
Take moments to be
Same.
grateful. All right.
The sip of water is so good.
I'm also going to be quick sip. My mother makes me mash.
Singing is not annoying, and everything is better as a song.
We're ready for a hit at Toots, which is where we improvise something completely on the spot. We are here with Vidya. We are improvising Hamilton, performed by 3 music theatre performers that don't really know Hamilton, but they've been swung on stage. The show must go on. The Regent is filled.
The way that I relate to this on a really personal level.
With Australia's Eliza Hamilton.
Okay.
Hit
Here
it,
it is.
Toots.
Okay.
I think you should take us away, Vids.
How does a bastard guy that I don't really know the name of? Oh, what does he drive? Wait, this is set in the 1700s, isn't it? This is historical. Is it lorical? Is that a word? I guess I make up words. I guess I'm not Shakespeare. Here, trying to say a play, but it's actually a musical.
Yeah.
Will I ever be satisfied? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna be satisfied tomorrow. I will raise my wine glass to the sky and ask if I'm really alive.
Yeah, Eliza, I feel like I'm burning. Yeah, Eliza, this world is really turning. Yeah, Eliza, let's go to Mars and maybe to Saturn or Uranus, ha ha.
Eliza.
and Angel and
Sabrina.
And Angel
And Sabrina.
And Angel
And Peggy.
And I was also at that dance. Hamilton, I've got to go out to grab some things. I'm running some errands. Stop fucking asking questions. I'm busy. Get out of my face.
Don't make me wait for it, because I can't wait for the bathroom line. I've got to go. Don't make me wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait for it. I'm the best of wives and best of women.
Yeah, you are.
I had a real great life and I'm now chillin'.
Daddy, daddy, look.
Cause I
look.
made a big cool orphanage. I hope that you liked it really big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And daddy, daddy, look. I am a poet. Mom made an orphanage. I think I'm in it. I think my name is... I've forgotten.
Dear Theorina, want to write to you. These letters are coming down, Theorina. The sky is coming down, Theorina. I wrote you an email. Did you not get it? It was on Microsoft.
Theorina.
Theorina, Theorina, Theorina,
I think that's also something with a bullet, I think.
Theorina. Tina Arena.
Dear
What are you doing here? Thea Arena would be played by Tina Arena.
I agree.
Dear Theorina, send me for an absolute loop.
Let's just quickly unpack your spitting rhymes at the start.
No, but also yours, not burning up like the lyrical themes.
Guys.
Wowee.
That was way more impressive than I was expecting it to be.
Oh, my little theatre cup is full to the brim.
Wow.
I'm so happy.
Tune in next week when we get Theorina on mic.
Tina Arena.
Do you know what? Theorina, I think, is going to also feature an Endless Night.
Yeah. She comes out to Park and Bark, but just for the bow music.
Yeah.
When everyone films their Instagrams going, go see Endless Night. Thea Arena's inspired.
Oh, yikes. Thank you so much for joining us on our stupid little podcast.
Thank
We have to
you.
ask you, where can people find you? Where are you online?
Okay, I'm on Instagram.
Yep.
Lucky Country has a TikTok account, which I am such a millennial on. I feel like I'm a boomer. But
work.
come see the show.
Yes.
We have a cast recording that's out. Like, we have an actual cast recording out.
And it's
on
incredible.
Yes.
wherever you get your music, it's out. So come see the show, listen to the music, and just keep supporting New Aussie Theatre, because I think that we are amazing.
Absolutely. You are so remarkable. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having
We
me.
love you.
Amazing.
Oh,
Go for
love
it,
you guys.
Hell yeah.
This is a Grouse House podcast.
Mel and Sam would like to acknowledge that this podcast was created and recorded on stolen land.
The original custodians of this land have had a rich history of storytelling for over 65,000 years, and we pay our respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, whose land we are making Ratbag on.
Treaties were never signed, sovereignty was never ceded, always was and always will be Aboriginal land.